directors' responsibilities for internal controls. The ultimate responsibility for a company's system of internal controls lies with the board of directors. It should set procedures of internal controls and regularly monitor that the system operates as it should. Setting up an internal control system will involve assessing the risk facing the business so that the system can be designed to ensure those risks are avoided.
Why this all the time we are putting these fellows are responsible for things, board of directors? Unreasonable, no. Everything we say, board of directors are responsible. Why? Oh, okay. Good assessment, quickly. Also, to some extent. But what is the biggest reason we want to put board of directors into the spot? Always say that you are responsible for this. What's the reason? Huh? Sorry? Yes, you are also to great extent almost there, but what is exactly the reason we want to fix them always? Huh? They are the only one has to take the responsibility. You say? One head. You say they are heading the companies. Correct. They are heading the companies. Still? Now, you take some responsibility. Somebody say that you are responsible. It belongs to you. Now, try to understand what I am saying. I do some mistake. Do I want to take responsibility? Yes. This boy is doing some mistake. Do I want to take responsibility? No. That's a simple reason. Companies belongs to them. Not them, shareholders, but shareholders appointed them saying that now you are the temporary owners. Person who do it has to take the responsibility. You own that. Financial statement released by you, your company, you have to take the responsibility. Okay.
Internal control system will always have inherent limitations. The most important being that a system of internal control cannot eliminate the possibility of human error or the chance that staff will collude in fraud.
A while ago, in fact, couple of minutes back, I told we are going to discuss in detail chapter number 2 today. No company organization again on this earth can secure zero errors, frauds, regardless how good system of internal controls you have. Some of the companies, they have internal controls, doors, windows close automatically by this time. Nobody can open. Doors, windows of important sections, divisions, locations, doors, windows close sharp at this time. No one can open. Just imagine the investment amount of money that you have to invest for this technology. Regardless, nobody can make it zero. We will discuss next chapter.
Once the directors have set up systems of internal control, they are responsible for reviewing it regularly to ensure that it still meets its objectives.
Definitely, because you don't have a guarantee what you establish is continue perfectly neither. Okay.
Under the code, the board should employ an internal audit function to undertake this task.
Why? Because internal auditors are the custodian of internal controls of a company. I'll repeat. Internal auditors are the custodian. These are my own vocabulary term. Try to understand. Custodian. So that's the word I can use in English. That means everything. That is the way board of directors make sure you act as a custodian of internal controls. I worked for 3 years, group internal audit manager of a listed company. So I know in and out. Okay.
External auditors' responsibility for internal control. The auditors should review and statements made concerning internal control in the annual report to ensure that they appear true and are not in conflict with the audited financial statements. Under auditing standards, the objective of external auditor is to identify and assess the risk of material misstatement, whether due to fraud and errors at the financial statement level and assertion level through understanding the entity and its environment, including the entity internal controls.
There is no question about internal auditors must look after internal control. That is their job, custodian. Next question. Does external auditors also look after internal controls of a company? You might say no, because they basically come and do different thing. No? They basically review the financial statement and provide the opinion. But for them also, looking after assessing internal controls, super important. Leaving all this, I'll tell you one reason. You as external auditor review the financial statement, not considering any internal controls things, you issue your opinion. More than 75%, even more than that, chances your opinion is wrong. I can prove. You as external auditor come and do the audit, review the financial statement, does not look after any internal control matters, you are not bothered at all, you issue the opinion, more than 75% chances opinion is wrong. Simple as that. Okay, so then what we will do, we will see what are the questions from the chapter itself we have. Balcony. Chapter review questions. What is corporate governance? Your own way of explain. How? What is corporate governance? How the companies are directing and controlled by the top management, especially board of directors of a company. Corporate governance means good governance. We always expect board of directors who control, manage companies always to look after all the stakeholders. Board of directors always works towards the betterment of all those stakeholders. Board of directors not having their own personal agendas interest. This is what corporate governance. Next, I told you OECD will be tested in MCQ. See, tested. Apply your judgment only now. I know none of you all can remember what is OECD exactly. Just apply your judgment, and what you can say as cannot accept as OECD principle. Just go and independently read and say which one cannot be accepted as OECD principle. If you just apply a matter of judgment, OECD means Organization for Economic and Development Matters of Companies. They always look after corporate governance, good things. What is in the list that something not good for a company, not good for other stakeholders? What is that? You don't have a tutor said, okay. But both of you all don't have, that's the thing, no? I can give that for a moment because we have to get on board everybody. What do you think? This is not for a good for a company. This is not good for other stakeholders. Which one is that? OECD always say good things for stakeholders, good things for companies. OECD always come and say good things for stakeholders, good things for companies, mainly companies. Do this, this is good. Do this, this is good. Do this, this is good. What is you have that that is something is not in that line of direction. Now we have a dilemma situation. Some says it is B, some says it is D. Let's see what it is. A and C, that is sure? Yes, A and C, OECD. Yes, I also agree. Let's see which one is correct, whether it's B or whether it's D. Judgment is this. OECD says always good thing for companies, good things for other stakeholders, shareholders and all. Is there anything in this list? It is not good at all for a company or other stakeholders. What is D? To allow timely and accurate disclosure of material matters. B. To protect directors' rights and ensure all directors are treated fairly. My selection goes to B, number 2. My selection goes to B. Usually, always, it's fine. Again, you can argue. Even I like seriously people argue with me, especially when I am conducting lectures. I seriously, I'll be honest. Seriously, it's getting recorded also. I learn from my participants. Seriously, I'm saying. I'm also a human being. I'm not perfect. You can argue now with me. How can you say? Now, why I have selected B? It is for directors. Generally, OECD doesn't, no, directors also we have to look after. But it doesn't specifically say directors' rights has to be secure. Anyway, they look after their rights, no? Directors with their power. But last one, D, I know it's quite not straightforward, but don't you think disclosing material matters of the company timely something good, no, for a company?
But it can't be disclosed in a accurate way.
Timely and accurate. You say accurately can't.
I'm saying like we can only reliably disclose it, not in an accurate and 100%.
That's why you have selected. But okay, it says if this happens, is good. To allow timely, on time, as well as accurate material matters disclosed. Good or bad? Good for public at large. Good in that term. But you all might think, how can accurately, timely both not at a time is easy or something like that? Questionable. Why I have selected B when majority is saying it's D? That's why. Because D is moreover part of a good thing. B, I'm not saying it's not good. Directors anyway look after their interests. No need to act this committee to come and say. Okay, right. This is how we discuss together as a team. Next one.
Completion plan. An audit plan is a subcommittee of a plan, usually containing a number of plan directors.
Okay, first blank. Audit committee, good. Next one. Subcommittee of 2 blanks. Is a subcommittee of the. There are no 3 blanks, my dear students. Only 2. Board of directors, 3 blanks. It's only 2 blanks. This blank is continuing, I believe. What I believe as the answer, main board. Main board. That's what I believe as the answer. Okay. Let's see. Later you all can check. Last one. Number of. Audit committee usually containing a number of. No. Number of. No. It says audit committee is a subcommittee of the main board, usually containing a number of. Most of audit committee directors are before independent, non-executive directors. See, they are non-executive directors. I put in somewhere. NED term, NED, non-executive directors. Throughout this we discuss. No, independent of, they are no external auditors. I put somewhere NED, but I can't find it. Throughout our discussion, audit committee directors should be non-executive first. Because they have to have advisory role, no? Now what is executive, non-executive again? Executive means you are doing. Non-executive means you are telling to do. You are advising to do. Audit committee can do or they can tell to do. They tell to do. Let's clarify. So they are non-executive. We also expect they to be independent non-executive. But that is bless. But must is non-executive. Bless is independent non-executive. Okay, next.
When a company cannot easily find non-executive directors, it should not have an audit committee.
False. Come on. You can't say that as excuse and say we don't have audit committee because of we don't have non-executive director. Statement is false, huh? Okay.
Why are internal controls important in a company?
Oh, come on. It's huge. I know by as a question, it's kind of a very weighted question. You can have a lot of, not answers, you can have a lot of thoughts. In a nutshell, you say one, why you think internal control important?
To effectively achieve the expected objective.
Okay, you are one. Come on. Why internal control is important? Just to say, you just try to figure out one.
To prevent frauds.
And errors. Just to say something like, how about you?
Make the financial statements more correct.
Correct, accurate financial statement. How about you, Salman? Having internal controls good. Why? Okay. I know, maybe I am asking like in this way, quickly you can't make it, but at home try to find some good answer for this. Maybe it could be essay type answer, maybe it could be a one after the other list. I recommend always go by point form, please. I am examiner in CA Sri Lanka for some other subjects, not for this subject. I can't be examiner as I am a lecturer. I know we are human beings. When you are marking the papers, we don't like to read. Try to understand, please. If the things are in a point form, you have a very good opportunity. I have to be honest, no. I have to tell you the truth, no. So please, as much as possible, go by point. I know audit opinion you can't give point form. Likewise, but there are things that you can provide point forms. That's the best mantra that you have to practice any examinations that you want to sit. Okay, that's it. We are rather able to together successfully conclude chapter number 1.